I'm excited to show you these updates that I have in Tick Pulse. Here is the base strategy that we have. Here are the results going back as far as I can with the cached data in TradeStation to October 16th, 2017, about 8 months. This is without slippage and commission. We get $58 average trade profit. Here is the equity curve. This is the base strategy that we already know about. This is the one that we already have. And I want to show you the updates to really boost this average trade profit. And so I'm going to show you that now. I've made some changes to the code so that you can add additional filters and inputs. And I'm going to show you what happens when we do that. There's 3 different stages that we're going to look at in this setup. So a couple of the things you might see on the chart is a VIX. So you've added a VIX filter, and you can turn this off or on. And you can go here and you can click on this, and you see we've added limit order. You can use a limit order. If you say false, then it just uses a market order. If it uses a limit order, then you get in at a half a point less than the previous bar's close for longs and a half a point higher from the previous bar's close for shorts. But what we're going to do here now is we're just going to look at the VIX filter. And so we're going to say yes, let's use the VIX filter. So set that to true. And we only take trades if the VIX, based on 1 minute charts, is greater than 15. So I'm going to say OK, and I want to show you what happens to the results and how those are improved. You see 58.81 is average trade profit, 23,000 total net profit, and 44.75 drawdown. Once we get this VIX filter in here, it will update. I'm going to pause the video while it's updating. So actually, we didn't improve the net profit because there's less trades, but the average trade profit went up by $18. So that's nice. That's a nice gain in the average trade profit for the E-mini S&P. The drawdown is about the same. Here is the equity curve. Really nice recently since April, but we can really boost this average trade profit even higher, and I want to show you how we can do that. The next phase, we're going to increase the stop loss and remove the profit target. We've talked a lot about how profit targets can limit our gains, and so we're going to set those to false. We're not going to use profit targets. And then we're going to take the stop losses and set them to 650, just over 10 points. It's easy for the market to make a 10-point move these days, and so we're gonna change those stop loss to from 10 points to 13 points, remove the profit target, and let's take a look at how the results change. I'm going to pause the video while this is updating. So you see we cut the trades in half and we really get a boost in profit. 32, 237.50. The average trade profit really goes up to 233.61. And so you let your profits run. 41.75 drawdown. That goes down a little bit. There is one additional thing that I've found that we can do to improve this. Look at the equity curve too. Nice equity curve. And so I wish I had more data for this on the NYSE tick, especially. I have more historical data on the E-mini S&P, but not the NYSE tick that is specific to the TradeStation data feed. So one of the things that we can do here is to one more thing we can change is to make this more aggressive. Let's say we want more trades, so we're going to make this this threshold here 150 instead of 250. So we've lowered the frequency by increasing the stop loss and removing the profit target, so we get less trades. Now let's try to add additional trades by being a little more aggressive on the entry criteria. And I'm going to pause the video here and then show you the results as that update. So we bring back additional trades, another 60 trades, and we boost this another $10,000. The drawdown is 46.12.50, and so let's look at the equity curve. Nice equity curve still. Drawdown still low, and 2.08 profit target or profit factor, and so nice gains. Again, no slippage and commission, but you have to take into account there's $219 average trade profit, And the higher this number goes, the less effect the slippage in commission will have. On $58, it's gonna affect you by about 50% of the profits. So on a $50, if you have average trade net profit of $50, and then you take out $25 for slippage and commission, that's half your gains. If you have 219, you take out 25. It's a smaller percentage, about 12% of the total net profit. So I definitely like this setup. It's one to take a look at. Take a look at the trades. You end up not capturing a profit target in a scenario like this, and so you just, on a day like today, there's lots of reversals because we're aggressive. But on a day like yesterday, when the market sold off, the traditional tick pulse took lots of profit targets on the way down, and then it got right back in. Took a profit target, got right back in. Took a profit target, got right back in. And so on this setup, it just lets it run to the end of the day so we can capture the big move. And so that's the latest update on tick pulse. You can also, one other input you can change is make it a market order. I think I already mentioned this. You can change this. You can set this to false, and it'll use a market order. The results aren't quite as good, but you're not worrying about limit orders if you use a market order. And so you don't know, you know that you got filled right away when you use a market order. So also, I'm working on another version where it recalculates the exits on the original version, to where if it would have hit the profit target, but would have got right back in, then it doesn't, and it readjusts the profit target and stop loss for the next trade without actually getting out and getting back in. So that's another version. I'm still working on it. We're on this version here. I'm making this available for a 2-week free trial for those that want to sign up. This is for TradeStation and multi-charts. We'll have more about NinjaTrader later, but that is the update for the latest version of Tick Pulse E-mini S&P.